Hello everyone and welcome to my channel Super Sam 7. This is another overview of an Omnibus little review on the Incredible Hulk Omnibus Volume 2. And I got the cover that's on Incredible Hulk Annual 1. And so, yep, I took the cover off already. This collects Incredible Hulk issues 103 to 134, very simple understanding here. And it has a lot of cool supervillains. It has the Spider-Man villains Rhino and Sandman, and the leader returns after being assumed dead. And some more, like he fights the Avengers and Iron Man and the Fantastic Four. And here is the side of the one that I have right here. There we go, the Incredible Hulk Omnibus. I think this is the same as it looked like on the first Omnibus. Same thing with the side there. The back has a different image of the Hulk, or it actually has an image of the Hulk and not just his face. Alright, let's open this up, because I had a great time reading this. I do recommend this for comic book fans and Hulk fans. I know last video I was a little bit negative on that Omnibus, but this one is really good. Look at that. And some of these I remember they used for covers for the Epic Collection. Like I think this is the cover for Volume 4 or 3. Anyway, here you go. It's just the simple 3 Marvel Masterworks put together. So you get 3 intros. 2 of them are done by 2 of them are done by Herb Temple, and 1 of them is done by Roy Thomas. So here's this from 2007. And boom! Incredible Hulk issue 103, Hulk versus the Space Parasite. This was a really fun story, the Parasite. Not the Superman villain. That's my favorite Superman villain is the Parasite. But this is a new guy. I don't think he ever returns. But the Hulk fights him. And even though the Parasite is draining Hulk's powers, Hulk still wins. This one is awesome. The Rhino. I think this is the return of the Rhino into comics after Spider-Man defeated him in issue 43 of his series. And the Rhino goes back to the people who gave him this special suit last time, and he gets enhanced with gamma rays this time, and a new suit. And he's able to go up against the Rhino very easily, and he actually almost wins, but then a giant explosion almost kills him, and he apparently dies at the end of the story, believe it or not. And as you can see, his suit is able to be ripped up here, so I kind of wonder how it was changed so that he was cursed to be a monster. Oh, and here's this character called... I forget, but he's just another monster from a long time ago. Yeah, this stuff is now boring me a little bit now I was reading it, but hey, yay, Mandarin! Yes, in my opinion, Mandarin is Iron Man's greatest villain, and he appears in here for 2 or 3 issues. Actually, 4 issues. Here we go, because Mandarin is trying to get the Hulk to work with him, and even with his 10 rings, he cannot. And he's also a karate master. Alright, after that 3-part story, we get Annual 1, where the Hulk meets the Inhumans and gets tricked by Maximus and these other 5 or 6 evil Inhumans. I don't really know anything about the Inhumans outside of just the obvious stuff that's in media. But Hulk gets transported back to Earth at the end after a fight with everybody. Okay. And then there's 3 issues where Bruce Banner and Kazar are working together to save the planet from like an alien threat. Here becomes the Hulk. Fights this guy called the Galaxy Master. Oh my goodness. Yay, now we're on to what I like. The Incredible Hulk. Issue 113. Hulk versus the Sandman. Starting with this issue, I read so much of this very fast. It was way better starting with this issue. At least after issue 104 with the Rhino. Anyway, Sandman is here. And he's back. He fights the Hulk, and it's very cool how he turns into so many different shapes and the Hulk just busts away. And Sandman actually manipulates the Hulk into fighting an army base. Of course, Hulk realizes this is wrong and destroys Sandman. And yeah, Sandman is in his new suit at the time. His sort of armor suit that allows him to change his form a lot more than he usually would. And in the next issue, Sandman and the Mandarin team up to fight the Hulk, but he breaks out and he survives, and I had no idea this happened. Sandman falls into a vat of acid, he gets out of it and becomes glass. Yes, I think this is the first time Sandman was turned into glass. And, oh my gosh, Betty Ross tells the Hulk not to destroy him because it'll kill Sandman. But of course, in the future, we learn that Sandman is able to control his body, even though it's glass. And obviously, here he walks away with it, but he'll have like superpowers still. Anyway, that's the last we see of Sandman in the story in this issue. The leader comes back, talking about how he knows how to handle the Hulk or something. But of course, he traps him in a giant cage, a living cage, but Hulk busts out, and the leader had his own evil plan, and Hulk and General Talbot stop him and his evil robot. Hulk first fights the Submariner after they were tricked into fighting each other. 2 issues next, though, about the Maximus and the Inhumans. There's this creature called the Glob that comes out of the sewer. Or sorry, not the sewer, the swamp. He's kind of like, I guess you could say he's kind of like, the Man-Thing. But he dies, even though he was just a normal man originally, and he accidentally kidnapped Betty Ross, I guess. Accidentally, quote-unquote. He thought she was someone else just because she's a girl. Hulk saves her, and the Glob dies. Alright, another introduction. This one by Roy Thomas. Boom! Look at this start off for that masterwork. Hulk issue 122. Bruce Banner has notes to be given to Mr. Fantastic to cure the Hulk once and for all. Get rid of the Hulk. And it works. Bruce Banner is able to turn into the Hulk whenever he feels like it and control his the Hulk when he is the Green Monster. The leader steals a weapon from a base and fights the Hulk with Bruce Banner's brain. He kind of realizes things are different. In the next issue, he kidnaps the Rhino from prison and gives him back a new suit, which is even stronger. So maybe this is the suit that stays melded onto his body. I don't know for sure. Anyway, after he's able to control the Hulk, Bruce Banner and Betty Ross get married, even though they barely have any romance, in my opinion, in the comics. But anyway, and so he sends the Rhino to crash into the house to stop the fight. He also makes Bruce Banner go crazy as the Hulk with his special rays. There's a fight, Rhino betrays the leader and they blow up. And there's a story where Bruce Banner has to go into space to stop an asteroid. And he goes up in space in a rocket to stop an asteroid. When he gets up there, he finds the Absorbing Man holds on to the rocket that's going back to Earth. Well, inside is Bruce Banner. He turns into the Hulk and he fights the Absorbing Man. And Absorbing Man accidentally defeats himself, I guess you could say, by not being strong enough to hold a giant mountain he lifts up. Oh no, wait, I remember though. He gets like Hulk powers or something by absorbing the Hulk. But when Bruce Banner turns back into Bruce Banner, he loses those powers, so he turns small. Here is an issue that ties into the Defenders. Incredible Hulk issue 126 versus the Nightcrawler. So Hulk goes into a different dimension, and this girl called Barbara gets thrown into the dimension with him. In the dimension, Doctor Strange is already captured while Hulk saves everybody, and that girl sacrifices herself to save Doctor Strange. That girl eventually becomes Valkyrie, the first Valkyrie. Okay, you get it. Hulk meets a friend called a robot who becomes his friend. And he destroys Mogul because Mogul is a robot and he thinks all robots lie. And it's another issue in the Tyrannus vs. Mole Man saga that was going on in the in early Marvel Comics. The Avengers are called by General Ross to help capture the Hulk because they have a way to finally stop him. But Hulk gets away at the end. This one is interesting. Where does it say? So this is where we get the leader's alter ego, Samuel Stearns, and when I was reading it, they tell you his name is Samuel, and I completely, brain dead forgot that it could be the leader, so that was a surprise, and he's doing this to find out, just friendly talk to Bruce Banner, who is the Hulk's greatest enemy or something like that, and it turns out to be the Glob, or not greatest enemy, but like strongest enemy who could defeat him in physical combat. Well, the Glob apparently dies at the end of this story as well. failed by the leader. I don't think the Hulk ever knew it was the leader that caused the fight to start. There's an issue where Bruce Banner and Hulk become separate personalities, then morph together back into one. There's this boy who befriends the Hulk, another like story about kids. Again, Hydra tries to get the kid to manipulate the Hulk to work for them. And then the last two stories, Hulk goes to a different country, destroys the dictator, yada yada yada. Very easy to talk about and write down. Yeah, this was, I think this is the alternate cover for this Omnibus, issue 134. Okay. Here are some SketchUps. There's not really anything else to look at except the Marvel Tales covers. Let's see. Oh, here's an ad for issue 134. I guess that was a big deal when it came out. I want to show you guys the alternate covers. Oh, I guess they're not alternate covers. I guess this is just Marvel superhero stuff. Huh. Well, no. Maybe some of these are. I think some are, but... Okay, that was it. So... The Incredible Hulk Omnibus Volume 2. My favorite thing about this is that it had a lot more iconic villains and well-known fights and enemies in it. And I liked how, yeah, there was a bunch of other characters that usually I don't care that much about, like the Inhumans and Nick Fury's special, owning of S.H.I.E.L.D. But then there are some that I did like the Avengers and Iron Man. And the Fantastic Four. If only Spider-Man appeared. And of course the villains. Yes, he fights Mandarin and the Rhino and the Sandman. That was awesome. So, those are my thoughts on the Incredible Hulk Omnibus Volume 2. It was it was shorter than my last Omnibus review of Hulk. But I think this is just as this was a lot more fun. Yeah, my least favorite story was probably the last two. Honestly, just the boring dictator stuff and using the Hulk as like an old myth come to life in their town. The leader coming back, I guess... Oh yeah, the leader came back from the dead. And Rhino came back from the dead. What the heck? I guess you could say Sandman in a way later comes back from the dead. I don't think he returns in a Hulk comic. I think it's Spider-Man again, but still. With that said, thank you for watching and have a good day.